Alright, hello, and welcome to another video. Bugs Bunny may well be the world's favourite cartoon rabbit, but he isn't popular with everyone. Over the years he has made many mortal enemies, which got me wondering, who is Bugs Bunny's biggest rival? In this video I will talk about 9 different characters that could be argued to be his biggest enemy. In order to be considered for this list, they must have appeared alongside Bugs as an antagonist in at least 2 Golden Age cartoons. And that's about it. So let's get the video started with the first rival.
I've got to get back to the Earth.
The Earth? Oh, the Earth will be gone in just a few seconds.
Oh, well, don't bother, then. No point in wasting money on a flying saucer when the Earth's not gonna...
The softly spoken Martian may have only appeared alongside Bugs in 4 Golden Age cartoons, but he made a big impact. Marvin is one of the most recognisable cartoon characters from the Looney Tunes universe, having first appeared in 1948's Daredevil Hair. He'd quite often be accompanied by his loyal companion, K9, both coming from the planet Mars. Oh, isn't that lovely? Well, that was a horrible Marvin impression, but I'm going to stick with it. That'll have to do. It's probably the best one I'm going to do all day.
You make me very angry. Very angry. Special delivery from Mars. Oh, goody. Another uranium Peel-36 explosive space modulator.
The reason he could be considered Bugs' biggest rival is the fact he is clearly a psychopath, hell-bent on blowing up the Earth. Usually Bugs would have to scupper his plans, meaning there'd be no kaboom. Still awful, still very much an awful Marvin impression. He would create weapons of mass destruction, capable of blowing up planets, just so he could get a better view of Venus. At least he wasn't trying to get a nicer view of Uranus.
How much do you know? Who, me? Oh, I know lots of things. 2 and 2 is 4. Carson City is the capital of Nevada. Got it. This guy knows too much, Mugsy.
Rocky and Mugsy are a pair of gangsters, usually seen robbing banks and hiding from the cops. Rocky is certainly no mug. As for Mugsy, he isn't really the brains of the operation.
All right, Mugsy. Let me have it. Come. You heard what the boss said. Let me have it.
Oh, okay, but,
That's better.
A lot of villains fall into one of 2 camps. They are either very stupid, or they think they are smarter than they actually are, which sums up both Rocky and Mugsy very well. Rocky is the leader of the gang and is a genuine threat to Bugs, who's usually just an innocent bystander. Rocky first appeared in 1948's Racketeer Rabbit, although with a much different appearance and personality to his later cartoons. Mugsy would appear alongside Rocky for the majority of his appearances, as his main henchman. As hardened criminals, it could be argued they are the biggest threat to Bugs, but in the end, crime doesn't pay.
What's up, Doc?
Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Wile E Coyote. Genius.
Now I know what you are thinking. I must be mad. But Wile E Coyote did appear alongside Bugs Bunny in multiple cartoons, where he also actually spoke with a rather posh English accent. A self-proclaimed genius and Acme's #1 customer, he would try and catch Bugs using a number of his ingenious inventions, which would inevitably fail. Although I can't deny it's hard to argue he's Bugs' biggest rival, when, let's be fair, it's clear his #1 target is the Roadrunner.
Evening, Granny. Do you have any goodies for a Halloween witch?
Witch? I don't remember seeing her at any of the union meetings.
This gruesome witch appeared in 3 cartoons alongside Bugs in the 1950s. Usually seen making a witch's brew and craving some rabbit stew. I am not sure why everybody in these cartoons is obsessed with having rabbit stew. I mean, you barely get any meat on rabbits. Hazel is also a very vain witch, wanting to be the ugliest of them all.
Now, who undoes your hair?
Do you like it?
Like it? Why, it's absolutely hideous!
To be fair, I have seen much worse on a Friday night in a kebab shop. Not really sure why they feel the need to put mirrors in these places anyway. She manages to trick Bugs in one cartoon and poisons him, with only Prince Charming coming to the rescue. So she was close to having her rabbit stew.
I'm always interested in meeting interesting people. Now let's dip our patties in the water.
If we are judging biggest rivals in terms of height and threatening demeanour, then Gossamer would surely top that list. Possibly an experiment gone wrong, or just someone who couldn't be bothered to shave anymore. And let's be fair, we have all been there. Gossamer works for an evil scientist, who ends up being more of a secondary villain. Otherwise, he would also been included on this list. The big, hairy, tennis-loving monster, however, ends up being a bit of a scaredy cat though, and is no real match for Bugs.
Ooh, I don't like that character at all. No, sir.
Quite possibly Bugs Bunny's biggest rival is a turtle. Yes, that's right, a turtle. He may look harmless, but in each of the cartoons he appears alongside Bugs, he always manages to get the better of him. Something which no other character manages to do on multiple occasions. He plays Bugs at his own game, cheating his way to winning races, outwitting Bugs by dressing up as a rabbit, and even getting him arrested. There is no other character that Bugs hates more than Cecil.
Lovely view, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
You can feel the pain in his voice, and his complete meltdown at the idea of him being beaten by a turtle. Of course, this plays on the classic fairy tale of the tortoise and the hare, where the tortoise always wins, because the silly hare fell asleep.
1 lemon meringue pie.
1 lemon meringue pie coming up. Pick up pie.
Roger. Your pie, sir. 1 banana cream pie.
1 banana cream pie coming up. Pick up pie.
Roger. Your pie, sir.
Elmer Fudd appears alongside Bugs in more cartoons than any other character. Not only that, but he was Bugs Bunny's first ever rival, appearing in the official first Bugs Bunny cartoon, A Wild Hare. They have such a long rivalry, they were even rivals when they were toddlers.
I'm looking for a little baby bunny. I'm gonna do them dead.
Bang, bang.
Like that.
What does he look like, Doc?
He looks just like you.
Do tell.
Not exactly the brightest spark, Elmer is quite often easily outwitted, which did lead to him appearing in less cartoons as time went by. But there's almost a sweet innocence about Elmer that does make you feel bad for him, unlike other antagonists. He isn't really overly malicious, he is just a simple hunter wanting some West End relaxation. Bugs' rise to prominence led to many famous catchphrases, such as, what's up, Doc? And Elmer's, shh, be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. both first appearing in cartoons with Bugs and Elmer. It's unclear why Elmer wants to go hunting so much, because whenever he thinks he has killed Bugs, he is distraught and upset. But then, I don't really think Bugs is ever really in much danger in these cartoons.
Awfully unsporting of me, I know, but what the hey, I gotta have some fun.
Daffy is a bit different to the others on this list, as in his own cartoons, he is almost always the protagonist. But when it comes to Bugs, his jealousy leads to him wanting the spotlight all to himself. The rivalry started when the writers thought it'd be a good idea to play off the idea that Daffy, who was one of the Warner Brothers' first big stars, would feel enraged to see the rise of Bugs Bunny as the studio's new biggest star. His first appearance alongside Bugs was in 1951's Rabbit Fire, which spawned a trilogy of hunting shorts all starring Bugs, Daffy, and Elmer. In each of them, Daffy would try to convince Elmer to shoot Bugs.
Look, you're a hunter, right?
White.
And this is rabbit season, right?
White.
And if he was a rabbit, what would you do? Yeah, you're so smart. If I was a rabbit, what would you do?
Well,
Not again.
Although in these shorts it is shown that Bugs and Daffy are friends and will work together against a common foe, Daffy is always quick to betray him. He is also a very greedy and selfish duck, who is more into self-preservation than making friends. They are the most famous Looney Tunes characters, so it's easy to see why this rivalry is such a big talking point.
You're despicable. I dashed you to step across this line.
I'm a steppin'. I hate you.
Sam would almost exclusively appear in Bugs Bunny cartoons. He was created due to the perceived ineptitude of Elmer. He has a short fuse, he is tough, and he is also quite short himself, but he is very determined. What makes Sam such a worthy rival is his ability to adapt to different time periods. No matter what time zone or appearance, he is always fighting Bugs. He is shown to be a tough rival, with the ability to scare off towns of people.
Now all of you skunks clear out of here!
My, weren't there a lot of skunks in here?
First appearing in 1945's Hair Trigger, which of course was also alongside Bugs Bunny. His rivalry with Bugs tends to stem from his anger, usually wanting to fight, and it's almost always Bugs who will stand up to him and try to beat him at his own game. Sam quite often would get into situations where he is on top, only to be thwarted by the laws of gravity not working, or by some miraculous luck from Bugs Bunny. He is second only to Elmer in appearances alongside Bugs in Golden Age cartoons. I would say personally he is my favourite rivalry with Bugs. A lot of my favourite Bugs Bunny cartoons tend to be ones which star alongside Sam. But I'll leave it up to you to decide who is Bugs Bunny's biggest rival. I hope you enjoyed the video, and let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Who is your favourite villain? Will Elmer ever catch that wabbit? And just what did happen to Cecil the Turtle? But for now, take care and leave me alone.
Pardon me, but you know, you look just like a wabbit.
Come here. Listen, Doc. Now, don't spread this around. But, confidentially,